Hey, welcome back. I'm Wes Wood, the Income Guy, and today I'm helping you answer the question, when is the right time to retire? And so far, we've looked at the pros and cons of retiring early and retiring later. Now, we're going to cover first of the 4 important steps to identify your own retirement timeline. Step 1, you need to determine your net worth and start by adding up the value of your total assets and then subtract your debts. Your assets are going to include not just your retirement accounts, but everything that has value that you own. And your debts are your debts. Your mortgage, your credit card, your student loans, add them up and then subtract the balance from your total assets. The final sum is your net worth. And ideally, when you're going into retirement, you want to have little to no debt. And you want to make sure that your total assets will be enough to cover your income needs in retirement. And so, how do you determine those needs? Well, that starts with identifying your goals, which is step 2. So, are your goals downsizing, maybe traveling, or starting a business, or making a major purchase? And if you haven't thought about that yet, you need to set some time aside and do that now. Write down your goals and determine what they are. And until you do, you may never be able to accurately answer that question, when is the right time to retire? For example, maybe your goals is to buy a boat and sail around the world. And now you have something tangible to gauge your answer against. For instance, you'll need to know how much money you need to buy the boat, and then how much money you need to fund the cruise. And then you'll need to know when the right time to retire is, because you need to be healthy enough to fit enough time in for the trip. And even if your goals are much simpler, like most of our clients, like spending your days golfing, fishing, or time with grandkids and friends, for instance, this at least gives you a readiness gauge, whether it's financially, physically, or mentally. Now comes step 3, estimating your Social Security income. Whatever your situation, Social Security will likely play a key role into your retirement income plan. So it's important to maximize your benefits and coordinate them with your other sources of income. And that starts by knowing the right time to start taking your benefits. But for most people, the answer to that depends largely on knowing when to plan for retirement. By the same token, the answer to that question may depend to some degree on how much they can expect to get from Social Security. That's why estimating your benefits is a key step to this process. Now, you can go to Social Security's website, socialsecurity.gov, and do the retirement estimator, and it'll give you the figures that you'll see when you collect retirement. But it'll also help you roughly gauge how much income you're going to collect from Social Security. But as you probably already know, you can collect Social Security between age 62 and 70 years old. Now that you've got this information in hand, you're ready to take the next step towards answering the question, when is the right time to retire? And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But right now, here's another chance to get your copy of my timely report, The Case for Fixed Income. And it's free with your Retirement Income Kit. And you can get one by visiting retiretv.com or by calling my office directly at 855-776-0614. Now let's welcome back Income Specialist Greg Melia. Greg, thank you so much for coming back on our show today.
You're welcome.
And hey, the first question I want to ask you is about Social Security. What have you found are some of the pros and the cons of taking Social Security early?
Well, the con is obviously, is the fact that you'll take less than if you wait a little bit longer to take your Social Security. But often what I find is advisors really don't take the tax consequences into play. They don't really look at the whole Social Security picture, because often it's better to go ahead and take it early, even though you're going to take a reduced amount. And just calculate taxes alone. Somebody retires and they have, let's say, $40,000 in Social Security income that they can take, and they'll take another $20,000 out of savings. Let's say it's a total of 60. If I give them a total of 60,000, their tax bill is X. If I give them Social Security and a reduced amount from their savings, in other words, a reduced amount from the IRA, believe it or not, their taxes are usually considerably less by using Social Security, because Social Security is taxed different than a regular distribution from an IRA.
Right.
So that's a big one for me. That's a big plus. I've got to look at the tax consequences for me. The other thing too is if they're leaving money in savings and we're 5% or better in income earning on those assets, well, the money, if they take Social Security, then it's like leaving that money in the retirement account earning 5%, because they're going to use Social Security money instead. So if you take the overall paid, take the overall amount they're going to get for the next 4 years by taking it early, that total amount earning interest at 5% usually easily compensates for the loss in income by taking it early. You add the
Gotcha.
taxes in there, it really can be a big benefit to take it earlier if they
Oh,
retire.
that's really cool. And Greg, I can tell that, you know, when you work as an income specialist with your clients, you're just not doing a cookie cutter approach when it comes to investments like so many quote unquote advisors do. You're really looking at the whole picture. You had mentioned Social Security and taxes and how those go together. And you're right. I mean, I guess in certain situations, somebody could take it early and pay less tax on Social Security because it is completely tax different. Well, and Greg, what are some of the common missteps that people make with their investments as they're fast approaching to retirement?
Well, you know, the one thing I can't stand is that they've got the assets in these mutual funds advisors like to use. They don't know anything
Right.
about the investments. They're exposed to, you know, we've had 3 drops of, you know, close to 50% in the last 20 years, and they're going to continue.
Yeah.
They're going to have them again. And just to being exposed to that kind of drop, because if you understand the destruction of selling, because as you know, growth requires the selling of assets.
Mm-hmm.
So if your balance is down because of drop, now you're selling a lot more principal than you were than you started.
Right.
This is very dangerous. That's one of my biggest concerns for retirees is selling those assets.
Yeah, gotcha. So you think it's imperative, like I do, what I call it the transitional years, as they're getting close to retirement, they really need to make a change. I've heard it called the red zone. Whether they're 10, 15 years away from retirement, they need to make a shift. And it needs to go from growth to income because, you know, as you're working with clients, I'm sure you see it all the time, when you're determining what their goals are, what their needs are, what their income needs are, their investment philosophy needs to change. It needs to go from just trying to grow the money aggressively to now shift towards generating interest and dividends, because odds are they're going to be using those interest and dividends to supplement their Social Security. And, you know, like you and me being income specialists, we need to make sure that we take Social Security the right way for tax purposes, like you said, and make sure the investments are in line with that as well to just generate the maximum income they can for retirement. But Greg, thanks again, and stick around. I've got a few more questions for you in the next segment. But coming up after the break, I'm going to talk about the final step to help you answer the question, when is the right time to retire? I'm Wes Wood, the Income Guy, and you're watching the Retirement Income Show.
A fiduciary is someone legally obligated to act in your best interest. Doctors, lawyers, and some financial advisors are fiduciaries, but not all. When you work with Wes Wood and his team at Wood Financial Group, you are working with fiduciaries. They help clients create customized investment portfolios based off their retirement goals. If you're ready to work with a fiduciary, visit retiretv.com and schedule a free, no-obligation conversation with Wes or a Wood Financial Group advisor.
I'm David Scranton. During my career, I found that most baby boomers have done a great job growing their retirement savings, yet many don't know how to convert their savings into steady income. And that is why I built the Retirement Income Store, to help hardworking Americans preserve their assets and establish steady streams of income.
If you're age 55 or older, our free Retirement Income Kit is for you. Learn the fundamentals of investing for income. Discover potential hidden risks to your retirement plan. Visit yourincomekit.com to download your free Retirement Income Kit.
Hi, I'm Wesley Wood, host of the Retirement Income Show, and I'm founder and president of Wood Financial Group. And we're a local independent financial services company that specializes in creating custom retirement solutions tailored to meet your particular needs.
Visit retiretv.com to learn how we can help you create a customized retirement portfolio.